I now have the honour of asking Mr. Suzuki Kazuhiro, Ambassador of Japan to Australia, to speak to us today.
Mr. Nigel Ram, Mr. Brendan Smith, Professor Tom Karma, Ms. Andrea Grosvenor, members of the Rotary Club of Canberra, Burley Griffin, Excellencies and distinguished guests. Before starting my remarks, I'd like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land on which we meet, Ngunnawal and Ngambri people, and pay my respect to their elders past, present, and emerging. On this day, at venues across the world, we take a moment, amid the noise and bustle of everyday life, to both appreciate and reflect upon the value of peace and how the ideals that peace encompasses must be promoted and protected. This year in particular, with its theme of Actions of Peace, our ambitions for the global goals, serves as a poignant reminder that pursuit of the cause of peace is one that requires the commitment of all, both the individual and society. Sadly, the events that have been taking place in Ukraine and in countless places around the world remain an anathema to the ideal of peace, making its realization all that much harder. The distress that conflict creates, so tragically reflected in destruction, famine, and displacement, is amplified when combined with the effects of climate change, the stark reality of which is unfolding across the world at this very moment. In this tranquil setting of Nara Park, the sound of the bell and its resonating tone invites any who hear it to a moment of solace, echoing in both the heart and the mind its message of tolerance, understanding, and hope for mankind. This bell is a replica of that which was first donated to the United Nations by a former Japanese city mayor way back in 1954. It was hoped that through this physical act of ringing the bell, the cause of peace would not fade from humanity's memory, and that it would be promoted so long as people stepped up to ring the bell. Japan and Australia have been so many years worked in tandem for the cause of peace. We've been partners in upholding UN missions to Africa, the Middle East, Southeast Asia, and continue to provide our support to initiatives aimed at promoting the cause of human rights and the rule of law. By way of example, just 2 days ago, our Prime Minister Kishida Fumio, together with Australian Foreign Minister Penny Wong and Foreign Secretary Enrique Manalo of the Philippines, hosted an international conference on nuclear disarmament on the sidelines of the United Nations General Assembly in New York. This conference was a part of a concerted effort to realize a world free of the threat posed by nuclear weapons. In overcoming the tragedy of the war in the Pacific and creating relationships distinguished by the degree of affinity, friendship, and cooperation, our ties speak volumes about the value of peace. In a world currently beset by tension and turmoil, and where trust continues to be in short supply, the message that Japan and Australia convey of respect, tolerance, and understanding resounds as surely as the bell before us today. If humanity is to realize its full potential, if it is to give hope to its most vulnerable and protect the environment, upon which its very future depends. It must champion the cause of peace. We gathered here today are one small part of that cause, but together we can move mountains. Thank you.
I'd like to invite Mr. Lam and Mr. Suzuki to strike the bell together.